Today, we are exploring a value that is pivotal to our personal growth and happiness. And it's one of my personal values as well, and it's courage. And courage isn't just about, those grand gestures of heroic efforts. It's also those everyday moments when you choose to step out of your comfort zone, face your fears, and take actions that align with your true self. I want to share a reflection on that as I started to put this episode together. And it was about 20 years ago, or maybe not quite that long, but when I decided to leave my secure business marketing company and pursue my coaching full time. And we moved from Vancouver Island, Canada, all the way to Antigonish, Nova Scotia to coach. And the fear of failure and uncertainty was huge. But I chose courage. And I took the steps to make it happen. It was one of the most transformative decisions I've ever made in my life. So in this episode, we're going to unpack what it really means to be courageous. We'll talk about how courage is different from fearlessness, how it plays a crucial role in our growth, and how embracing it can lead to true happiness. I'll share some practical tips and tactical exercises to help you build your courage muscle. So, if you're thinking about making big life change, having difficult conversations, or simply trying something new, this episode is for you. Stick around because by the end of our time together, you'll feel inspired and equipped to take the next brave step in your own personal journey. All right, so let's dive in. Understanding courage. To me, courage is often misunderstood. Many people think of it as an absence of fear. But in reality, courage is about feeling fear and choosing to act anyway. It's not about being fearless. It's about acknowledging our fears and moving forward despite them. As I define it, courage is about taking action in the face of fear. It's what allows us to grow and push past our limits. Think about it. Every time you've stepped out of your comfort zone, whether it's starting a new job, speaking in public, new hobby, or having a difficult conversation, you've exhibited courage. I want to break this down a little bit further with a few examples of everyday acts of courage. For a lot of my clients, thinking about starting a new fitness routine is very intimidating. And it can be. Imagine walking into the gym for the first time, surrounded by people who seem to know exactly what they're doing. But when you take that first step, despite feeling out of place, that's courage. Another one that I've faced is having a difficult conversation with a loved one. Maybe you've been avoiding it because you're afraid of the outcome. But choosing to address the issue, to speak your truth and listen to theirs is another form of courage. Then there's making lifestyle changes. This is a big one as well, because most of us are creatures of comfort. And it could be something as simple as eating healthier, reducing screen time, or setting boundaries at work. These decisions often come with resistance and fear because of the change. But taking action to improve your well-being is also a courageous act. Courage isn't about making grand, heroic gestures. It's about those small, consistent choices we make every day that push us towards growth. I wanted to touch a little bit on some practical ways to cultivate courage because, like most things, we can practice it. We can get better at it. One effective strategy is to break down your fears into smaller, manageable steps. I'm going to use public speaking for an example because that's one that a lot of us probably are afraid of. So, the best way to start is manageable steps, is to start speaking to small groups, then gradually increase your audience size as you become more comfortable. Soon you'll be talking to a room full of people. Another tip is to practice mindfulness. Being present in the moment can help you better manage your fear and anxiety. Breath work, meditation, and grounding exercises can help you stay calm and focused when facing a challenging situation. Don't forget the power of support. Sharing your fears and goals with a trusted friend or mentor can provide you with encouragement and accountability you need to take those courageous steps. Remember, every act of courage, no matter how small, contributes to your personal growth and happiness. It's about progress, not perfection. I'm going to dive deeper in how courage helps us face fear head on and why it's essential for personal growth. Let's get into it. Let's face fear head on and why it's essential to our personal growth. Fear is a natural part of life. It's an instinctive response designed to protect us from danger and what we perceive as danger. Fight, flight, or retreat. But in our modern world, fear often manifests in ways that hold us back rather than keep us safe. It might show up as fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown. One powerful way to deal with fear is to understand it. When we take the time to examine our fears, we can start to see them for what they really are. Thoughts and feelings that we have the power to change. Let's consider the fear of failure. This fear often stems from the desire for perfection and a concern about what others might think. By acknowledging this fear, we can begin to challenge and reframe it. Instead of viewing failure as something to be avoided at all costs, we can see it as a learning opportunity and step towards success. Courage plays a crucial role here. It's the bridge between understanding our fears and taking action despite them. When we act courageously, we tell ourselves that our goals and values are more important than our fears. I want to talk about some practical ways to face fear with courage. One effective method is to take small incremental steps. If you have a big, daunting goal, break it down into smaller, manageable tasks. For instance, if you're afraid of doing a podcast, like I was, start by practicing in front of a mirror, which I did. I don't think it's helped my talking on a microphone any better, but I am consistently trying to put together podcasts each week now. And then once you get comfortable with that, you can start to just take action and gradually increase the consistency and the effectiveness of what it is you're trying to do. Another technique is to visualize the success. Spend a few minutes each day imagining yourself successfully overcoming your fear. Picture every detail, how you feel, what you'll see, and the reactions of others. Visualization can build confidence and make the actual experience feel more familiar and less intimidating. This is a great practice for everything we try to accomplish in our life that is being held back with some sort of fear. Another powerful tool, and one of my favorites, is mindfulness. By staying present in the moment, you can prevent your mind from spiraling into worst-case scenarios. Simple practices like breath work, meditation, or even a quick walk can help you center your mind and calm your nerves. And then remember, it's always okay to seek support. Talk to a friend, a family member, or a coach about your fears. Sometimes just voicing our concerns can reduce their power over us. Plus, others can offer valuable perspectives and encouragement. Personal growth doesn't happen within the confines of our comfort zone. It's in those moments when we feel uncomfortable, challenged, or even scared that we experience the most significant development. Courage is what propels us to take those necessary steps into the unknown. When we act courageously, we challenge our current limitations and beliefs. This opens the door to new experiences and perspectives, which in turn fosters growth. For example, learning a new skill often requires us to start from scratch and make mistakes along the way. But with each attempt, we gain knowledge, improve, and eventually master that skill. This journey from novice to expert is fueled by courage and perseverance. I want to share a couple of stories that I reflected on recently that really kind of highlight remarkable courage and how they achieved extraordinary growth as a result. Let's talk about J.K. Rowling, for instance. Before she became one of the most successful authors in the world, she faced numerous rejections. Despite the fear of continued rejection, she persisted, showing incredible courage. That determination not only led her to personal growth, but also created a phenomenon that has inspired millions. I mentioned Nelson Mandela in my last episode. His courage still leaves me inspired. Despite his personal sacrifice and the time he lost, his courage and resilience not only changed his life, but the lives of countless others. These stories remind us that courage often leads to profound personal growth. It's not just about the immediate rewards, but the long-term impact of our brave actions. So how do we cultivate this kind of courage in our own lives? I want to share a few strategies that I've been practicing, and I've found huge success in them so far. Number 1, embrace the failure as learning. Understand that failure is part of the growth process. Each failure teaches us valuable lessons and brings us one step closer to success. Reframe failures as feedback rather than setbacks. Number 2, set stretch goals. These are goals that push you just beyond your current capabilities. They should be challenging, yet achievable with effort. Stretch goals encourage you to grow and expand your skills and confidence. Number 3, practice self-compassion. This one cannot be understated. Being kind to yourself during challenging times is crucial. Recognize that growth involves discomfort, and that's okay to struggle. Self-compassion helps you bounce back from the setbacks with a positive mindset. Number 4, seek inspiration. Surround yourself with stories and people who exemplify courage. Their experiences can motivate and remind you that courage is a common thread in all growth journeys. Number 5, reflect on past successes. Sometimes it's good to look back. Look back at the times when you've shown courage and succeeded. Reflecting on these moments can boost your confidence and remind you of your capabilities. Remind you of your ability to overcome fears. We've all shown courage throughout our lives. Sometimes we just have to remind ourselves. Remember, growth is a continuous process, and courage is its catalyst that keeps it moving. By embracing courage, you open yourself up to endless possibilities and profound personal transformation. I encourage you to remember, you're stronger than you think, and your courage is there. Just take a step. So far, we've talked about how courage helps us face our fears and drives personal growth. But there's another crucial aspect to courage. It's a key ingredient for true happiness. When we act courageously, we align our actions with our values and aspirations. This alignment creates a sense of authenticity and fulfillment, which are essential components of happiness. Think about it. Have you ever felt a surge of joy after doing something that scared you? Maybe it was speaking up in a meeting, trying a new activity, or reaching out to someone you admired. That feeling of accomplishment, that high from stepping out of your comfort zone, is a direct result of a courageous action. Courage helps us build resilience. Life is full of challenging moments and setbacks, but each time we face these with courage, we strengthen our ability to bounce back. This resilience is crucial for maintaining a positive outlook and finding joy even in difficult times. I want to dive into some tactical exercises that can help you cultivate courage and, as a result, increase your happiness. Number 1, daily acts of bravery. Start by identifying small acts of courage you can incorporate into your daily routine. It could be as simple as trying a new food, striking up a conversation with a stranger, or expressing your opinion in a meeting. These small acts build your courage muscle over time. Number 2, courage journal. Keep a journal where you record instances when you acted courageously. Reflect on how these actions made you feel and what you learned from them. This practice not only reinforces your courage, but also serves as a source of inspiration during tough times. Number 3, mindfulness meditation. Practice mindfulness to stay present and manage fear. Techniques like deep breathing, body scans, or mindful walking can help you stay grounded when you're facing fear. Being present allows you to respond to fear with calm and clarity. Number 4, visualize success. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your successful overcoming of a fear. Picture every detail, how you feel, what you see, and the reactions of others. Visualization can build confidence and make the actual experience feel more familiar and less intimidating. Number 5, seek support. Don't hesitate to share your fears and goals with a trusted friend, family member, or a coach. Having someone to cheer you on and hold you accountable can provide the extra push you need to act courageously. And number 6, set stretch goals. These are goals that push you slightly beyond your current capabilities. They should be challenging, yet achievable with effort. Stretch goals encourage you to grow and expand your skills and confidence. Remember, happiness isn't about avoiding discomfort or fear. It's about embracing the challenges and finding joy in the journey of growth. Each courageous act, no matter how small, is a step towards a more fulfilling and joyful life. To wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Courage isn't a one-time act, but a way of living. By consistently choosing courage, you open yourself up to new possibilities, deeper connections, and a richer, more satisfying life. Thank you for listening to today's Daily Truths and Weekly Wins as we explored the value of courage. I hope you feel inspired and ready to embrace courage in your own life. Don't forget to share your courageous stories with me on social media using the hashtag #ProgressNotPerfection. I would love to hear from you. And as always, if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your support helps me reach more people and spread a message of growth and happiness. Until next time, keep pushing forward with courage. Remember, it's progress, not perfection, that truly matters.